Police Minister Bheki Cele leading a police delegation to Stillfontein in the northwest. They're visiting the scene where 20 suspected illegal miners arrested yesterday and over 24 firearms seized. Refiloe Seboko is following this story for us, and she joins us live now. Refiloe, good morning to you once again. I can see it is still busy where you are, the minister doing his rounds. What's happening where you are at the moment?
Where we are at the moment, Oli, this is where the arrest happened yesterday, where we saw an arrest of 20 illegal miners, together with they discovered that there were 15 guns that were discovered here. So the minister is here together with the provincial commissioner. They are inspecting this. Earlier, when the Minister Bheki Cele was addressing, he said that these guys are not here to play, as they were also seeing the amount of guns that were discovered together with when they were arrested yesterday. They did say that the operation will be going, and they're yet to also get more arrest. Minister, thank you so much and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. We are live. In terms of this inspection, you said earlier that these guys are not here to play. What are you finding and what's your concerns in this that you are discovering here?
Well, I said they're not here to play. Looking at their armory, they are serious with the armory, the kind of firearms. You guys have seen those firearms. But here the situation is quite dangerous. Those guys, I'm sure they are daring. Likewise with our police officers to run operations in such places. You just wonder how much energy and how much bravery they must pull together to be able to get on those shafts. As we say, those guys that were found, they are almost the governance of this thing. They would be about 30 meters down. But I'm told that this shaft going down is 2.5 kilometers. Going down, yes. So there would be people there. So that's why police are still operating on these matters.
Why do you think these operations, there's a spike or a concern of growing number of zamazamas? Why do you think they keep on going? What is it that needs to be done? Are you working with other stakeholders as well to make sure that it gets to be eradicated completely?
Well, indeed, I'm sure it's the economic situations. That is somebody is buying what they get here. Was it last week? You saw the operation that happened in Carltonville, where the level 2 and 3, those guys who are driving those powerful cars, 11 of them that were found so clearly. So if and when there is a market, this will continue. That's one. But two, the question of working with other departments is a question that you have asked. As we come here, yes, there is rehabilitation, there is closing of this mine. For instance, as you look there, that was an open area. You see it well when you are inside. But they go beyond this place. You see this rope. This is a rope, yes. Yeah, because there are holes above here. They go beyond this to get inside. So there is this desperation and all that. So it's the economic situation. There are economic benefits that those people they get. That's why there is a growth. But as we have said, that we think the response of the police also is improving. October was a big operation where 87 of these guys were found, more guns were found and all that. Again, this operation. So police will continue. But we must be helped by other departments, especially mineral, of shutting down these things so that it's difficult. But not only shut them down, but also monitor them. Because these guys have got tendency of coming and opening this thing and finding the new ways. So together, working with the police, working with them, because they are experts. The mine guys will be experts in monitoring this, inform us if there are activities around there so that we respond as a police.
The operation yesterday, 20 people were arrested, guns were discovered. Is it going to continue? Are we expecting to see more arrests happening?
Well, this started in October last year. It continues clearly. So long there is this crime and the crime continues, we have to do things of arresting those people. We'll have to be satisfied at a certain given point that we have eradicated crime. So long this crime is here, we will have to operate, but also work towards prevention of these matters. Prevention then will be run mostly by the Department of Minerals, but those that have committed the crime will be able to put them where they belong, put them in the system, getting tried. We hope they are kept there for a very, very long time. Because you can see that they are ready for the war, these guys. They are prepared for the war. Having sealed boxes of AK-47 ammunition, it tells you that they're not just here to get this gold, but they're here to eliminate whoever is on their way. That's why I'm saying kudos and bravo to our members of the South African Police, led by the Hawks, on this operation, who have managed. They had to get them where they were. It's dark here. You must remember, no electricity, might not be oxygen, nothing. But our guys, they also operate there.
In short, I'm closing it. In terms of the Judicial Service Commission suggestion that there needs to be a new High Court in Klerksdorp that deals with illegal mining activities together with gang activities. Your take on that?
Well, you can ask that from Lamula. But as the police, we would like to see expeditious dealing with these matters. The shorter the time and put these guys aside, it will limit the group of those people that are keen to continue doing this.
Thank you so much for your time. Minister of Police Bheki Cele, they will be continuing to assess this shaft. This is where that operation led to 20 illegal miners yesterday in Klerksdorp, together with the discovery of 15 guns that they say it's worrying to see so many guns that are being discovered. And they also said that they need to intensify their operations in terms of making sure that these activities, they don't continue. I'm going to try, Xoli, to get, with the permission and the assistance of the police here, get into the shaft, and just so you can see the extent at which it's happening here and how these guys continue, dangerous as it is, Xoli, but they continue to come into spaces like this. Let me just get out of shot, but this is what Minister Cele was explaining, to say it is very dangerous, Xoli. We see, it could not be easy. Sometimes it's hot, it's cold, and sometimes they don't even have toiletries or even food. Now, for them to have the patience to even be in a place like this, it talks also to the state of the economy that South Africa finds itself in, the issue of unemployment, and therefore people continue to making their means on making sure that how much money they can have. I'm going to ask Zolake to move around just so you see the place clearly here, that this is home for these zamazamas. We see their clothes here, the shoes are here. We also saw, in fact, piles and piles of condoms, allow me, Xoli, that we saw just outside. Just when you move out of this shot, or rather this shaft here, I'll ask Zoleka that he shows you those visuals. But when you saw that, then we asked to the police commissioner, and some of the police officials are saying this is home for these zamazamas, and therefore they're just so comfortable and not worrying about anything. And that's why you see the day-to-day, some of the day-to-day activities that are happening, they are also making it comfortable for them as home. But I'm also just going to get out of the shaft, Xoli, the police official being kind here to assist me so that I can be able to move properly. But just to show you the extent at which these zamazamas are so comfortable, and just how it does not seem to be worrying them, and they're not concerned about their health, about the heat, or even the cold. This is what I was talking about. It shocked a lot of people when we got here to say, okay, even this we find in these shops, but one of the officials to say this is how comfortable they are, and therefore they continue with their day-to-day lives. So this operation will be ongoing, Xoli, like you've heard that it's a concern nationally, not just in the Northwest Province, but just nationally. There's an issue of zamazamas, and therefore, as the police minister saying, these guys, more so because there are so many guns that are being discovered during these operations, it means these guys, they mean business, and therefore they are going to enforce their operations in making sure that they eradicate the issues of zamazamas altogether in South Africa.
Refiloe Seboko, giving us almost a front row seat into what exactly these people do, and this they have made a very lucrative trade for them. Refiloe Seboko also showing us condoms there, and we know a tragic situation that took place here in Gauteng, Krugersdorp to be exact. The police minister, in fact, addressing that through that short media interaction with reporters, talking about the Krugersdorp matter. Remember, he revisited that, saying that at the moment there are new DNA samples that have been requested, 7 out of the 14. Remember, the total 14 people that were arrested in the Krugersdorp matter, 14 of them positively linked to the rape of 8 women. And the police minister saying that, well, it would mean that the 7 that have now been requested again to provide new samples, I suppose it goes to just how this case is being tightened in order that in court it is able to see the light of day. That's the important work that police are doing, but I suppose the question is, what will it take to bring this illegal industry down?